what it takes to do this on your own? Are you afraid to give it a try because you really don't know if you can do this on your own? Or perhaps you don't know if next is really better. If you had any of those questions run through your head, any of those fears, this is the session for you because I'm going to help you to understand how you can get out. How do I, you're probably wondering, how do I get out? How do I get out of this mess that I have put myself into? How do I change my mind? How do I move forward? Let's talk about it. Hey, hey, strategy lady. Hey, hey. So we're going to talk about it because what I want you to know is that right now you're willing to work, but you have to ask yourself if you're willing to work with bigger ideas. See, a lot of us are willing to do the work that our bosses tell us to do, which is normally very simple work for us. But are you willing to work with bigger ideas? Think about that for a minute. So, we're going to talk about how do I get out? Because I'm tired of people saying, I'm getting ready. I don't think I'm ready yet. I don't feel like I'm ready yet. I need you to know that being ready is not a feeling. It's not a feeling. It's a decision. It's when you make a decision that I'm done. I'm moving. I'm going. I'm taking a trip. It's a decision. It's not a feeling. And too many of us think that being ready is a feeling, and it's not. And so we're going to talk about how to get out. How to get out. How do you get out of that situation? Whatever that situation is. That situation may be a toxic job. That situation may be a bad family relationship. That situation may be, you know, not doing anything for yourself, putting other people before yourself, taking care of other people, playing small, having a limited belief, thinking that you don't deserve more, putting up with crap you shouldn't have to put up with. How do I get out? Let's get out, people. Let's make a decision. Because being ready is not a feeling, it's a decision. Happy Monday. For those who are joining me live, give me a hey, what's up, what's going on? And if you're catching this in the replay, give me a hashtag replay. Don't forget we have YouTube going. We trying to make the numbers on YouTube, y'all. Y'all got to help me out. Share this live out to the person who keeps saying, I'm getting ready. I got to get ready. I ain't ready yet. This the live that they need. They need this live. They need to understand that being ready is not a feeling, it's a decision. And for many of us, before I get into how do I get out, for many of us, we're just afraid to skip the line. We've had to go to the end of the line for so long. We've had to pull ourselves up, not even from our bootstraps, because a lot of us didn't even start with a bootstrap. We were just on the dirt, on the ground with no shoes on. We are so used to having to struggle and be in survival mode that we don't realize that we can skip the line. And so I want you to understand that life, if you think of it as a restaurant, when you go into the restaurant, you place your order and you expect for the things to appear. Why do you feel like that is not what your life is like? Why do you feel like you have to take what other people have said you can have? Why do you feel like you can only get what they say that you can have? All you have to do is make a decision that you're going to do something different. But the key to always being ready is to be ready. And so we're going to talk about what needs to happen for you to be ready. So first of all, you have to own some things. Some of us, we have this gap of where we're at presently. So right now, whatever that situation is that you're currently in, you're in this situation, be it a job, a relationship, your health, whatever that present situation is that you need to get out of. And then you have this possibility at the other end, the life that you want, the dream that you've always had, the best shape of your life, more income in your household, spending more time with your kids, doing whatever the thing is you want to do, having financial freedom, having financial independence, being able to travel, whatever that possibility is. So you have your present situation here, and that is stopping you from getting here. You want to travel, but you can't because you don't have the income, you don't have the time available, you don't have the relationships established. You want to not spend 8 hours a day at work and bring work home with you, but you have all of this stuff in between. What is that stuff that's in between that's stopping you? It's called pain. It's called pain. See, we don't want to go from present to possibility because of the pain that you're going to experience. Yeah, because you're going to experience some pain. And we want to avoid the pain. And I'm here to tell you that how you get from the present to the possibility, it's going to be through the pain. It's going to be through the pain. I'm not going to sit here and make it up for you. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's going to be easy. It's not. But you do have to ask yourself, right now, you're working hard. You're in pain right now. It ain't easy. And if you loved it, you wouldn't have any complaints. You wouldn't be looking at how to get out. You wouldn't be thinking of other choices. It's pain, whether we want to admit it or not. You're already in pain. So why would you not want to go towards new possibilities? Because we don't want to experience the pain. We don't want to experience any loss. We don't want to take a risk. We don't want to have to do the healing because the pain is going to reveal why it is we stayed, why it is we didn't make a decision, what it is we're scared of, what it is that we don't want to let go of. But let me tell you what helps to make that pain a whole lot easier. See, it's different when you have someone, when you have a community, when you have that good friend who you can call and talk to and vent to, or that person who's already been there and they're able to say, I understand that, yeah, that I experienced that too. Here's a way to get around that. When you have that expert guidance, because you're going to get the pain. We can own it. Pain that's a part of law of opposites. It's a part of the law of opposites. For every good, there's a bad. Now, which one you focus on is on you. But for every good thing that happens, a bad thing is on the other side of it. It's just like a coin. Every coin has two sides. Every piece of paper has two sides. Every piece of bread has two sides. It's called the law of opposites. What goes up must come down. It's the law of opposites. And so when we understand that where we're at presently, we are there because we don't want to experience any pain to get to the possibility on the other end. Because we believe that where we're at presently, I'll just stay here and deal with this in my comfort zone. I don't have to do anything different. If I just push this out for another 8 years, I'll be able to retire. But you still gonna have the pain. You're in pain right now. So what is your possibility? What's the possibility for you? All right, let's talk strategies came on over. Thank you, thank you. So let's talk about this. Let's discuss this. What is the pain that we want to avoid? Can you tell me in the chat? What is the pain that you're hoping to avoid? Some of us, you know that maybe you're really good at having a boss. Maybe it's really easy for somebody to tell you what to do. You go and execute at a high level. You get your accolades, your pat on the back, your atta girl. That was awesome. People talk about how amazing you are. So you're really good at having a boss, and you don't know what it would be like if you didn't have a boss. What would you do if you didn't have anybody to tell you what to do? Some people, you have the issue of procrastination, and I don't even call it procrastination. You just don't do it. We get these fancy terms and these titles and stuff when really we just didn't do what we needed to do. It wasn't procrastination. You just didn't do it. It wasn't important enough. Some of us, we don't believe that we have what it takes. We're scared. So we go out looking for a partner. We go looking to bring somebody in with us, because if we bring somebody in with us, it's not as scary. Some of us don't believe that we can do it on our own. We don't believe that on our own we can make this happen. We don't believe that what we have is valuable. We don't believe that people will pay us for it. We don't believe that somebody else will want us. She said, fear of failure. Fear of failure. We believe that if we fail, what's going to happen? What's going to happen if you fail? Because failure is a part of success. Failure is a part of success. You can check with any successful person, and they're going to tell you they fail all the time. We just learn how to fail and get back up and keep moving, and we learn from those lessons, because is it really a failure if you learn from it? So it's that fear of failure. You have to determine, Was it really a failure, or were you deeming it a failure? And to be honest, a lot of times it wasn't even a failure. You just didn't do it long enough to get to the success. You just didn't do it long enough. You quit too soon. You went in with no experience and wouldn't seek any guidance. You tried to figure something out with the same brain that got you where you're at. You tried to figure something even more complicated out. It doesn't work like that. We can't try to solve a problem with the same brain that created the problem. You got to get on a different frequency. So what is the fear? When we think about our present, we're in pain right now. And then the possibility is on this end, but the pain is in the middle. That's what you got to get to. And a lot of us, we're afraid to turn our hobby into work. We're scared to turn our hobby into income. And it's a couple of reasons why that exists. A, because someone or something else pays the bills. So you either got a job that's currently paying your bill, a spouse or significant other who's paying your bills. Maybe you live at home with your family and money paying bills is not your option. So you can play around in this hobby. You can keep playing in this hobby. You can keep saying, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, and never really do it, because you don't lose anything if you don't do it. And then for some of us, we're more dedicated to our bosses at work than we are to our own dreams. We're so worried about our bosses at work that we can't take care of our own dreams. We are so concerned with our kids being on that sports team that they're not going to be an MLB or NBA or NFL player anyway. We're so concerned about that we can't take care of our own dreams. And so we refuse to turn our hobby into income, but we want to use the time in the hobby. We want to talk about the hobby, but we don't want to ask people to pay us for the hobby. So again, how do I get out? You got to make a decision, because being ready is not a feeling. It's a decision. It is a decision. You got to go from where you're currently at to your new possibility. And here's the key. You already know who the author is. Now, if you normally let yourself down, if you normally lie to yourself, if you normally don't show up for you, I can see where your hesitation comes in at. Because what's to say you're not going to do the same thing this time? You want the truth? Do you want the truth, or you want me to sugarcoat it? Because the truth is, as long as you're doing it for free, you're not going to do it. You're not going to do it because you ain't got nothing to lose. You ain't risked nothing. You didn't put anything on the line. You're trying to Google your way. You're trying to YouTube your way. You're trying to free masterclass your way. It's not going to work because you didn't put anything on the line. A lot of us, we got to put something on the line. We got to be willing to sacrifice something. You got to be willing to take an action. And an action means that you are doing something in order to make that decision. And so being ready is a decision. For those who are ready, I invite you to join my upcoming session on Wednesday night, April 17th. April 17th, stop sitting here. And let me say this directly to people who are current consultants and working for other companies. Let me say this to people who are working a second job, trying to bring in additional income. Let me say this to those who are not making $10,000 a month. If you are not making $10,000 a month in your consulting and you are working in this business full time, and if you're working in this business part time, you should be making at least $2,500 a month. If you're not doing that, you're not doing it right. Just plain and simple. If you're not doing that, you don't know the strategies. You don't know what needs to happen. You don't know what you need to do because you have not gone out to get expert guidance. First of all, if you are a current consultant working for another education company, shame on you for not putting the time and energy into your own business. And that's not to shade you. I need you to understand that you are the priority. You have a business. You are working for another education company. They are making money off of your back and you are getting pennies on the dollar. Well, guess what? You're the one who are making those contracts happen. They can't even do it without you. So why wouldn't you get everything that you need to be able to do your own contracts? I need for those people who are making $400 and $500 and thinking that you've done something. All you're doing is making it hard for the rest of the consultants and undervaluing and underpaying yourself. You should not be making $400 or $500. That's not what happens. Anybody who is working per hour, you are a consultant, you work for an education company, and they are paying you per hour, they are treating you like an employee because that's what you are. Because we don't get paid per hour. And you can't dictate how many hours it takes me. Just because the job took 8 hours, it may have only taken me 3, but I also got 25 years of experience behind me and the experience of having coached and been in the building with all types of issues. So what it might take somebody else 6 hours to figure out, it only takes me 30 minutes, but you're not going to pay them more just because it takes me less time. So I need us to understand that when we say, how do I get out? You make a decision. You make a decision. That's right. Let's Talk Strategy says you got to put some skin in the game. And a lot of us are afraid to put some skin in the game. We will not put the skin in the game because if we do that, that requires us to make a decision. So again, April 17th, the Consultant Success Academy. This is one of these opportunities, these rare opportunities that you get to, you know what frustrates me is when people bring you into a training and then they tell you what they're going to do and then they tell you to go do it. Like, I like for you to come into the training and do the work in the training. Let's workshop this thing. Let's go ahead and let's do the work in the training. Let's see some examples in the training. Let's make the adjustments to what you're doing in the training. Let you ask the questions that you have in the training. And let's do the work in the training instead of me telling you what it is, showing you what it is, and then saying, bye-bye, go do the work on your own, and you never hear from me again. That's right. We're going to do it together. So I believe in the gradual release of responsibility. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you what you need to do. So I'm going to show you what you need to do. And then we're going to work through some together. And then you're going to do it by yourself. But we're going to do all of that in the training so that you're not trying to figure out, well, what do I do? What if I'm having tech issues? We got people on the line where if you have tech issues, all of our little brains can come together to help you, because when you get yours done, that's helping everybody else to get theirs done. We can see what colors you use. You can see what colors they use. You can see what terminology they use. A lot of us are using Chat GPT. And let me just tell y'all, sisters, baby, y'all using Chat GPT all wrong. And if you were using it right, you would be converting more. But because, and a lot of us want to say, oh, I know how to use Chat GPT. Well, why your stuff not converting? Can you tell me that? Why is your stuff not converting? Because you are not giving Chat GPT the high quality information that it needs in order to give you the high quality output that you desire. And then as soon as you see what it gave you, you accept that because you think that's good, because you don't know that it's not. Because you don't know that it's not, because you've never worked with a high level marketing company, because you've never worked with an advertising company, because you've never been around people who do this for a living. And so you think that that's good. And so that's why you need to be in the room. You can be anywhere. It's virtual. It's online. We're going to be in Zoom. We're going to do the Consulting Success Academy. And guess what? We're going to build the assets so that you don't have to say, I'm getting ready. You're going to say, I'm ready. I made the decision when I signed up for Consulting Success Academy. We're going to create all of the artifacts that you need. We're going to create, when somebody says, can you send me more information? You're going to have it already packaged, ready to go. This is not something that you change every time somebody asks you for information. These are the things that you need. You're going to have an amazing lead magnet that brings in clients and leads so that you always have leads in the pipeline. You're going to understand how to use it, when to use it, and where to use it. But more importantly, when you're in those conversations and people say, send me more information, when someone presents an opportunity to you and you are wondering, what do I send them? How do I engage them more? This is the place. When you're trying to figure out, what is the email sequence that I send? Because I've never done this before. We're going to create that in the live sessions. We have 5 live sessions that we're going to do each week. We're going to focus on one thing. We're going to workshop it. Again, let me say it. We're going to workshop it. This is not something where Dr. D is just sitting there talking to y'all like now and nothing's happening. No, baby, we all on screen. I'm showing you what to do, and then I'm giving you time to do it. And we're going to turn some music on. You're going to do it. You don't have to listen to the music if you want to. You can turn your volume down. You're going to get the time to do it. Then we're going to come back. We're going to see what problems did you encounter? Who would like to show us what they created? Show it to us. We'll give you actual real-time feedback so that you know you're on the line with 5, 10, 15 other educators. We know what we like and what we see because we are your target audience. A lot of people don't understand. You are in the room with your target audience because a lot of you all want to work with teachers. You want to work with SPED teachers. You want to work with counselors. You want to work with social workers. The people who you want to work with are in the room with you. So we are your test audience. And then you have expert guidance. You have me, and I'm going to tell you the truth because I want you to win. And so when we talk about what do we send, how do we send it, what's the verbiage we should use, we're going to create those email templates. Yeah, we create those email templates. We're going to use AI, but we're going to use it appropriately. And we're not going to just do the quick and easy way. We're going all the way through so that you have everything that you need to go out here and get contracts. There is no reason why a consultant who's already working for an other education company, you should have that same number of contracts for yourself. And if you don't, shame on you. If you didn't know, now you know. If you know somebody who works for an education company and they are not getting contracts on their own, do me a favor and send them this live. Do me a favor and send them this live because the course starts on April 17th, which is on Wednesday night. Today is Monday. And so we have to get ourselves from our present situation into the possibility that you dream for yourself. You got to have a bigger dream for yourself. Why are you afraid to dream a bigger dream? Do you not believe that you can make $10,000 a month? That's going to be the first question. Do you believe that you yourself can make $10,000 a month? Do you believe that $10,000 a month can come into your household that was produced by you? Let's be honest. Many of us have never had $10,000 a month come into our household. Do you believe? Because in the school system, which many of us are in the school system, and some of us just work, our regular position, wherever that is, many of us are not bringing in $10,000 a month because those people told you how much you were going to make. They said you're going to make $50,000 a year. They said you're going to make $62,000 a year. They said you're going to make $75,000 a year. And that was the stopping point for you. You said, this is what they said I can make. This is all I can have. So this is all I get. And you never imagined your life outside of that $75,000 a year. A lot of us have a significant other in the household. And so we bring those two incomes together to help us to live a more comfortable life. And we say to ourselves, well, we're doing pretty good because we got two incomes. What if you can make those two incomes on your own? Why can't that be a possibility? Why can't that be a possibility? I will tell you, when I took my leap, and again, when I took my leap, I was 42 years old with 3 kids at home. And I had an 8-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 14-year-old. So don't tell me about them little kids. And like those excuses don't really work for me. Hey, Carlisha, hey. So those little excuses, she's from Alabama, girl. I was just in Alabama. I was in Eufaula, Alabama. I went to a beautiful wedding there. And we ate at this restaurant. Oh my goodness, it was amazing. My husband so enjoyed them oxtails. Child, that plate of oxtails was so big, it was ridiculous. So anyway, like who told us that we couldn't make more? Nobody said you couldn't make more. It's just that we accepted what they told us. And I need us to stop accepting what they tell us and understand that you can bring additional income into your home. Do you believe that you yourself can do this on your own? And if you don't, that's more the reason to come work with me. That's more the reason to get into this Consulting Success Academy, because guess what? When you get through working with me, you're going to be like, oh, girl, I can do this. I can do this. I got this. Hey, Olivia, I was just talking about you. I just said, where is Olivia? And see, this is the part that I love about how we work. Olivia is in the mastermind, and Olivia wasn't in the last session, and people noticed. People were like, where's Olivia at? Where is Olivia? Olivia, I think you were probably busy when we did hot seat coaching, and we were looking for you. We were like, where's Olivia at? Where's Olivia? But that's the beautiful part, because we don't do these 100 seat groups. We do small groups so that when you're missing, we know and we can help you because we know that life happens. We know that life happens. We know that we're the ones in our family doing the thing. We know that we're the ones that's making it happen, that everybody calls on. We know that we have complicated lives and we need community. We need companionship outside of our normal group. A lot of us are scared to go outside of the environment that we are currently in because if we go outside of that environment, we might not be on top. You should want to be the least smart person in the room. You should want to be the least smart person in the room. It's amazing when you are the least smart person in the room because instead of you using all of your energy to feed into everybody else, guess what? Everybody else is feeding into you. She said, I had a lot going on. I'll be in the next one. Oh, that's right. You're moving. You're moving to Texas. Yes, congratulations. I hope you found your place that you're moving to. From Arizona to Texas. Look at you, still in the good weather. Stay in the good weather, girl. Stay in the good weather. So we really have to think about if we're scared to turn our hobby into income. And it makes a difference when someone else or something else is paying the bills because then we don't feel as much pressure. And it makes a difference when you're more dedicated to your boss than you are to your dreams. I had to have a hard conversation with someone the other day. She's very invested in her program and she worked with me one-on-one. She had some things some tasks that she needed to do. She needed to complete a set of tasks and she had 14 almost 18 days to complete these tasks and it can be done. And so when she came back to our next call, because she did a VIP package with me, when she came back to the next call, she had only one of the things done. It was only like 4 or 5 things that needed to be done. And so we had to review her schedule to see, like, where's the breakdown at? Because somewhere you got to find some more time. So let's work to find some more time. Now, some of y'all gonna get mad when I say this, okay? But don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you the truth now. Don't be getting mad at me. Okay, don't be getting mad at me. So we go through her schedule, and as we're going through Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we did this for, it was almost 18 days. We went through her schedule. She went through her phone. She listed out what she had been doing just to get a real snapshot of where her time is being spent, why it is that she's not able to find time, because we got to figure out what has to come off the plate in order for her to put her business on the plate. And don't get mad at me when I say this, y'all. Do not get mad at me. She was, during that time, she went to church 7 times. She went to church 7 times in those 18 days. And each time that she went to church, she was there the whole evening. And so I didn't have to say it. She saw it that she was in church on Wednesday night. She was at choir rehearsal on Saturday. She went to both services on Sunday. She went back to choir rehearsal on Tuesday night. She went to Wednesday night. What do you call it? Prayer service, Bible study, whatever, and all of these things. So she did all of this. And so she had to own it. She said, you know what? I spend more time at church because that's where people are always telling me how awesome I am. She said, they know me, they come up to me, they talk to me, and I feel really good when I'm there. And then I stay to the end. I stay after I talk to people. When I get through talking to people, another hour done passed. And then when I get home, I'm super tired and I go to bed. Now, I'm not bashing church. Don't you put that on me. I'm saying a lot of times we are going for the wrong reason. And she admitted that. She said that she goes all those times because people expect her. People expect her, and she's known there, and they give her accolades and all that. But it's also a part of habit. It's a part of habit. That's not spirituality. And so she realized that when she spent, yes, she was in church 7 times. And she said, even if I went, I could have just went and left at the end of service. And I still would have had time to do what I needed to do. She said I didn't have to do two services on Sunday. She was literally in church from 10 a.m. to 11:30, and then from 12 o'clock to 2:30. And then when she left at 2:30, she grabbed her something to eat. When she got home, she needs to start getting ready for work the next day and go to bed. And so she had to own it. See, a lot of us don't have those people in our lives who are going to say to you that look at what you're focused on. And I'm not saying don't focus on the Lord, but you know what? You can focus on the Lord without being in the church all day, every day. That don't make you closer to the Lord. I'm sorry to be the one to tell y'all that. Being in church 7 times in 2 weeks does not make you closer to the Lord, and it don't guarantee your way into heaven. How do you treat yourself? Because how you treat yourself is an indicator of how you treat other people. That's right. See, that girl got stuff to do, and I don't know why she's not doing it. And so now she realizes that this is a both and world. I can go to church and I can build my business, but I got to get my stuff together. She said, I got to get my stuff together. And that's right. What she said? She said, the Lord said himself, if a woman don't work, she don't eat. That's biblical. That's right. That's absolutely right. And so we got to be in a community of people who are going to help uplift us, who are going, you know what, we're going through these pains, when we're going through this healing, because we got to deal with the fact of why you stayed at that toxic school. We got to deal with the fact of why you continue to show up even when that thing was no longer serving you. We got to, talk about and deal with and heal from why we stayed in situations that were toxic and harmful for us, why we don't believe that we deserve more. Why did we settle? What made us settle? What made us stop dreaming? What made us give up the dream? And what made us say that the trust fund wasn't for me? Because you got a godly trust fund, right? God got a big trust fund for you. He wants you to get the money out the trust fund, but you won't even access. The trust fund is full of abundance. But because we've been situated in lack, we don't even realize that abundance is simply bringing unlimited thought to perceived limited situations. That's in all things. That's in all things. I'm going to say that for y'all again, because some of y'all need to write this down, because some people think that abundance is about money. Some people think that abundance is singular. Abundance is when you bring unlimited thought to a perceived limited situation. See, there are no limits. There are no limits. You can call it manifestation. You can call it prayer. You can call it whatever you want to call it. But you got to believe first. And then once you believe it, you got to ask for it. And then once you ask for it, you got to be ready to receive it. A lot of us are not ready to receive it, because if the Lord sent you your trust fund right now, you blow through it, you mess it up, you wouldn't be ready to receive it, and it'll be no good. So you got to get ready. You got to get ready. Marvelous Monday, Dr. D and crew. Dr. D, did you enjoy LeBron as abundance being your... Listen here, let me tell y'all about LeBron real quick. So when my husband said LeBron's son is LeBron, he is getting ready to go into the NBA, he made, first of all, tickets gonna go up if LeBron and Bronny ever play each other. He was like, but I want to see him before he retires. Anything can happen. He can get injured. Anything can happen. But he's been in the NBA for 20 years now. And when my husband said that, I was like, yeah, I want to see LeBron James too. And so we spoke it. And he was like, okay, we're going to see LeBron James. At no point did we say we can't go see LeBron James. But listen here, when I went, see, I said it, and then I took an action. I went online to get to see what the tickets and what the dates of the games were. This is just a conversation between me and my husband. Boy, we had already said we're going. We got excited. We was like, oh, that's going to be cold. We was like, we can take the boys. This is going to be a really good, memorable experience. It's going to be awesome. This is going to be one of those memories that's going to go down, like even when we dead and gone, they're going to be remembering when we went to the NBA game to see LeBron James. Like this, me and my husband talking, we're already in the energy of it happening. See, a lot of y'all say stuff and then you doubt it. You'll say it, you'll speak it, you got to speak it. Speaking it is important, but then you got to really believe it and step into that energy. I was like, oh, that's good. I even said, I'm not buying no Lakers jersey. I said, I don't need no Lakers jersey. I'm going exactly the way that I am. I'm going to be okay. So I go look online for the ticket prices. Baby, them ticket prices was astronomical. Do you hear me? I was like, woo, woo, this for celebrities. This for folks who balling in dough. Okay. Baby, them ticket prices went, so it was some that was more than $6,000. But I stopped at the $6,000 ones. Now keep in mind, we're a family of five. So a family of five at them ticket prices, oh no. I was like, woo. But I looked at it, I was like, woo, let me see let me see. We ain't gotta have the $6,000 tickets. I was like, this is pretty interesting. I went and told my husband, I said, I didn't know that those tickets were that expensive in LA. I was like, wow, I'm learning some new stuff. I was like, that's okay, it's gonna work out. I was like, let's just go to sleep on it because I don't know what to do with this situation here, baby. That was something that was a little too much. I was like, woo. So we go to sleep, wake up the next day, didn't even think about it anymore. Y'all, let me tell you, when you declare that this is what you're going to do and you step into that energy, it wasn't even 3, it may have been 4 days later, out of the blue. I did not talk to my 24-year-old son. I did not. He sent me a link to Game Time, this app called Game Time. And he was like, we should go see LeBron. If I had time, I'd show you the text on the phone, but I got to go back too far in my phone because this was in like December, maybe January that he sent me this. So when he sent it, I was like, that's interesting. But here's the key. When you ask for something and the solution appears right before you, you cannot run the other way. You cannot say, oh, that's still too expensive. No, you ask for something. Somebody who don't even know you or the solution to the answer just pops up. That is a sign, people. That is your answer being delivered, because I don't know if y'all know, God ain't coming down to answer your question or to provide the solution. He's going to send a relationship. He's going to send something to you. He's going to send an opportunity. He's going to send something for you to know. Here it is. You asked for it. I knew I was going to see LeBron James, baby. When I clicked that little button, when I clicked that little Game Time button, my son had already gone to the games that we should go to. So it was against the Memphis Grizzlies, and we've been to Memphis before to an NBA game, and it was with the New Orleans Pelicans when Anthony Davis was with the Pelicans. And so when he sent that, and I clicked, y'all ain't gonna believe how much them tickets were. Let me show you how God works. When I say we got a godly trust fund, y'all should stop playing. I clicked that button. He already had the dates lined up for me. My son knows a little something about tech. You know, he one of them millennials. He know that stuff. I pressed that button. Y'all, why I say them tickets was $90. $90. 90. You heard me right. You heard me correctly. $90. With your taxes, fees, service fee, you know, all the stuff they add on, they were $145 a piece. So I went from $6,000 a ticket, and even some of them was like $2,250, $2,250. I was like, woo! But when he sent me that, I got all the way down to $90. I went through to see how much it was going to be with taxes, fees, all that. It was $145. I didn't go to ask my husband for permission. I didn't go to see what you think. We said this was what we wanted. It was a Friday night game. You take the obstacles out of the way. See, here's the present situation. We want to go to a Lakers game. And here is the possibility of being at a Lakers game, not in LA, but in Memphis. The pain in between is I got to pay. I got to take a risk of getting these seats that might not be good seats. I got to take my son out of school. It's a lot of stuff in between. I got to get there. I got to maybe book a hotel. So it's some pain in between. And so then I have to think to myself, what am I losing? What is the risk? Ain't no risk. This is what you said you wanted. You got to sacrifice something. You got to give something. Be ready. Take the action. I booked the tickets. And you figure the rest out later. A lot of y'all don't understand. You say yes and figure the rest out later, because the Lord gonna send the provisions for you. And then because I'm always blessed, just like my son blessed me, the Lord blessed me. The Lord told my son to send me them to send that to us. He didn't know we had that conversation. So then in turn, I put it on my family group chat and sent it to a couple of my friends. Hey, anybody interested in seeing LeBron? Y'all know he in year 20, might not be playing much longer. This might be a great opportunity. And we found some amazing tickets. So my best friend ended up going with us and her two kids. So she was able to create an amazing memory for her college student and her 11th grader, and they went too. So after we, got the tickets and stuff, you can figure the rest out later. We were like, we can drive. We ain't got to fly, because if we fly, we still got to drive there, because flying takes you into Nashville. We still got to drive back to Memphis, so we can just drive, take this little 4-hour drive. So we take the drive. We said we was going to take the drive. So how about this? Check this out. As I'm sitting there, maybe a week and a half later, boom, in my email, Sheraton, downtown Memphis, on sale. Y'all, I can't make this up. I opened the email. I said, downtown Memphis, ain't that where the FedEx Forum is? Click the button, went to see, you know how I tell you what the nearby attractions are? FedEx Forum, less than 1 mile away. I was like, bam, there it is. Paid for that with points. The little points that it wasn't even significant. Baby, when I say that Sheraton was nice, valet when you pull up, the people were amazing. Then I called my friend. I said, hey, if you're going, you can stay at this Sheraton. It's right. It's a mile away from the FedEx Forum. Get there, because I tell y'all, say yes, figure the rest out later. I'm telling you, say yes, figure the rest out later. Stop cutting yourself off because you don't know every step of the way. I didn't know every step of the way. When I said we're going, I didn't know how it was going to happen, but I stepped into that belief. I got excited about it. I was on go. When that opportunity hit, I purchased. We got to stop being afraid to purchase. Some of y'all have prayed for an understanding of what you need to be able to get contracts. And then I sat here and I said, I am doing a consulting success academy where I'm going to let you create the artifacts while we're in a Zoom room together. And we're going to do this on 5 Wednesdays. And even if you can't be there, you can watch the recording. And to top it off, I'm going to give you 90 days of support, because I know that sometimes we want to outsource stuff. Like, I'm not an artistic person, so I outsource, but I need to make the copy, the text for it. And I need to do all of that. And then I need to send it to somebody. We're going to hook you up with the resources of who to send it to. And then when you get it back, you still can come back the next week and still get feedback on it. See, a lot of folks, we ain't doing that. Folks is sending you off to do work. You doing a crappy job and then coming back and not understanding why people won't work with you. People don't want to work with an ed consultant. People want to work with an education company. And if you're presenting yourself as an ed consultant and not an education company, you can't go for the big contracts. I feel so sad when I hear people say, oh yeah, I just finished a contract. Oh, how much was the contract? $800. Girl, you are robbing yourself. And you're making it bad for the rest of us. We don't do $800 contracts. We do packages. We do programs. We start at $20,000. We just had a contract to close for 6 figures in our mastermind. We had another one from the previous mastermind that just closed the other day. I think she said it was $42,000. And then we have somebody who just been coming on here with us during the month of April. She's already closed a contract for $6,000. She said that's the most money that she's ever made, $6,000. And she has her own consulting company. So she's a consultant and she contracts through other education companies. She just been coming on here the month of April, sent me a DM, and she said, I was able to close the contract off of the information that you gave me during this month of April. It was for $6,000. And this is the most money that I've ever made in consulting. And I did it on my own. This wasn't through the company that I work with. But we got to stop being scared to take a bet on ourselves. We got to stop being scared to turn your hobby into income. And so we have to understand that some of us are really good at having a boss and we don't know how to be our own boss. That means that you need to get some expert help. Some of us don't know how to close contracts. We don't know how to negotiate. We don't know how to sell. Dear, those are confidence issues. You don't believe that you have a good program. You don't believe that people want your services. You don't believe what you have is valuable. We can help you with that. And some of us don't believe that what is next is better. And I propose to you, it should be better because you know who the author is. You're the author and you know what you know. So are you going to let yourself down? And if the answer is yes, then we got a bigger problem. Like, we got to stop people pleasing. We got to stop being worried about what other people say. We have to stop spending our time on things that do not serve and support us. We got to stop sharing our talents with people who do not value us. And we got to stop using our treasures, our money, on things that don't bring more money into our household. We got some things backwards and we got to turn it around. And it doesn't happen overnight. I understand that. But some of these things that we're doing, we're wasting our time, we're giving away our talent, and we're using our treasures for things that are not beneficial, that don't bring more income into our household. And so I go back to the question, do you believe that you can make $10,000 in a month? Do you believe this? And if you believe it, why have you not? Why have you not made $10,000 in a month? Because you went to work. What she say? She said, Dr. D, are your live events private? No, they are not. No, no. So my upcoming Consulting Success Academy, I sent out a few emails. I'm telling people about it live now. I'll drop a few things on my page. I think they've already dropped some things on my page. And so I try to communicate it as much as I can. I forget to communicate it a lot of times, just to be honest about it, because I already have people who are looking to work with me. But I would love to work with people, educators who really want to make a change in their lives, who really want to bring more income in, who know that they have talent. I cannot tell you what your talent is, but I can tell you how to turn that talent into income. Okay. I can tell you and show you the different ways you can make money. I can give you guidance on the steps that you need to take. I can't do the work for you. And so a lot of people, they like the hobby, but they don't want to turn it into income because they're willing to work, but they're not willing to work with bigger ideas. I need people who are willing to work with bigger ideas. We know all these ways to make money. Let's be honest here. They tell you right now, you can make money on social media. They tell you right now, she said she's looking for it's on my page, my event in St. Louis. It's definitely public. Yes. Iman Live 2024 is public. It is on my page. So if you go to educatorsmovingon.com, the website, you can click there. It's also in my Instagram profile. But yes, it is July 12th through the 14th at the Ritz-Carlton, honey. We're going to be at the Ritz-Carlton. We've gotten fabulous rates for you to stay at the Ritz-Carlton because the theme of it is to elevate. We want you to elevate your life, elevate your income, elevate your dream for yourself. So you can stay at the Ritz-Carlton for $239 a night. $239 a night. That is unbelievable. Y'all know it's $700 a night to stay at the Ritz-Carlton. And so we got you a rate of $239 a night. Tickets are available on my website, and tickets are open right now. We would love to have you join us. We bring real people in who are, they're not just telling you their life story. Again, I am just not into that. And I pay for that too. Let me just say that, because I don't bring in all of those motivational, inspirational people who just get you hyped up, rah, rah, rah. I pay for that in the long run, because the money that I could make, I don't make, because I'd rather you come there, get what you need. A lot of people want to come for the big names. No, I don't want the big names. I want the people who are actually just like you and me, out here making money, out here living their dream, out here doing the things that they want to do. Like the people who are, making multiple millions of dollars, they got a whole big team behind them. And so they don't know half of the things that go on. I need people who maybe they're only making $500,000-$600,000 a year. That's more than what you making. That's more than what you making. I think that if somebody's talking to you and they making $500,000 a year, they can tell you what it is that they're doing, what it is that they did, because they still remember, and some of them are still doing it. One of our guest speakers that I'm trying to secure, she is a beast at personal branding. She is a beast at branding. And if you wait until she blows up, oh, because she gonna blow up. If you wait until she blows up, the price goes up, the accessibility is much harder. And so I like to bring people in front of you who are going to give you strategy, who's going to share real things with you, and who are going to talk to you. Like, I don't want you not being able to talk to the speakers. That don't make sense to me. I want you to be able to ask a question, get your answer, do things like that. So we love the live events because of that. But yes, go online, go onto my website, and it's available there. And if you're on my email list, you'll definitely get some more emails about it. But I want y'all to really consider this Consulting Success Academy. Go ahead and make the decision. Girl, put that on your credit card. Do what you need to do. It's a business expense. You'll be able to get your tax deduction from it. But more importantly, you're going to be able to make money from your money. Can you do that now? Right now, money's coming in. You go to work for 14 days, you get paid. And then when the paycheck comes into your bank account, you pay your light bill, gas bill, car note, car insurance, house note, all these things. And no more money comes back in until you work 14 more days to get a paycheck. That's not the way it was intended. And that's because you have not checked into your godly trust fund. You ain't went into your godly trust fund. You ain't asked for nothing bigger, so you're not getting anything bigger. You keep asking for small things. See, you're willing to do the work, but you're not willing to work with bigger ideas. I need you to be willing to work with bigger ideas. I need you to know that you can make more than $400 or $500 on a session. You can sell a package just 30, 40, 50, $60,000 and still only work 8 to 10 days. See, you think that you got to work 190 days in order to make $75,000, and that's just not true. Oh, look at there. They're going to miss holistic fluency. Hey there. Hey. That it's just not true. I need you to come on and work with a bigger idea. See, we're not willing to work with bigger ideas because everybody around us are working with smaller ideas. We're thinking about how much you make an hour, what your salary is. What have you got to determine what your own salary is? What have you got to determine it? What about that? Holistic Fluency, we're here every day in the month of April, Monday through Friday, maybe even on the weekends if I feel like it. But on Monday through Friday, I'm here, hon. And I'm just, it's an abundant April. I'm making sure that everybody's getting what they need so they can go out here and bring more income into their household so that you can understand what this consulting game is and the many, many ways to make money. You could be writing books. You could be doing ebooks. You can be getting paid to do public speaking. You could be hosting workshops. You can be doing PDs and trainings. You can be doing one-to-ones, VIP. You can be doing group coaching, small group coaching. It's so many things that you can be doing. You can do affiliate marketing. You can do referral services. You can do a digital course. What are we talking about here? Like, it's too many ways for you to make money and for us to be stuck. That's right. Holistic Fluency said a multitude of ways. You can do private contracts. You can do public contracts. You can do government contracts. We got several of us right now working on government contracts. You can do government contracts. They pay good and it's a quick turnaround. It's so many ways to make money out here, but you got to get to working with a bigger idea than what you currently have, which is that I go to work for 190 days and they pay me $70,000 a year. That's an idea. That's one idea. But what if you go to work for 190 days and they pay you $70,000 a year, and then you got this other thing that you do that brings you in an extra $1,000 a month? We ain't even got to go into big numbers. I know somebody right now who's making about $1,000 extra per month. How would $1,000 extra in your household per month change your current situation? Because for a lot of us, that creates a big change. That creates a big change. Just to have an extra $1,000, and to make an extra $1,000, you're not working 40 hours a week. You're not even working 20 hours a week. But you got to be willing to work with bigger ideas. I also know somebody right now who she's really good at task work. And so she decided to start virtual assistant. She started helping other business owners to do virtual assistant work. She's typing up their stuff for them, pitching for them, and her pay is $1,200 a month. She works 20 hours a month for $1,200 a month. It comes directly to her through PayPal. Now, you can't tell me 20 hours for $1,200. Some of y'all do $35 an hour for an hour, each hour after school. And she's making $1,200 for 20 hours. which she's not clocking in. She's just doing specific tasks, and that takes up her 12 or 20 hours in a month. So we just have to think differently. Some of us, we got people following us. We won't even show our face on YouTube. We won't show our face on social media. You can monetize social media. You won't even do that. You're afraid to make money. You're afraid to ask to be paid. You're afraid to do the things that they told you to do to get paid. But we'll do it to be cute. We'll do it to be funny. We'll do it to get the little hearts and the little likes, but we won't do it for money. That to me is crazy. That to me is crazy. So we can't be scared to turn our hobby into income. And it doesn't have to be around consulting. Let me say that. Let me say that. Some of y'all travel. Some of y'all know how to organize real well. Some of y'all know how to declutter. Some of y'all have personal fashion sense. Some of y'all know how to do interior design. Why are we not making YouTube pages and creating income out of that? No, you won't make the income today. You got to build your audience. But oftentimes we quit too soon. We decide this is the thing that I want to do, and then we do it. We know that we're starting out with zero, no followers, no people. We're at zero. What, you thought you was going from 0 to 5,000 in 7 days? That's not the way it works. I'm on YouTube right now. If you with me on Instagram, come on, join me over on YouTube where I can get these viewer hours. I got to get 4,000 hours and 1,000 subscribers. I started in December. I'm only at like 290 subscribers. As a matter of fact, folks on YouTube, press that like button. Give me some comments so they can share this video. And subscribe to my channel if you have not already subscribed. I got to get to 1,000 subscribers. Guess what? It's work. I'm just working with a bigger idea. That's all. Do I believe that it's going to happen? Absolutely. I'm going to do one of these videos one day and it's going to take off. I'm going to look at it. Right now, I'm getting 50, 60 views on YouTube. That's fine. Because guess what? I'm blessing 50, 60 people. That's fine by me. I'm blessing 50, 60 people who find what I have to say valuable. It supports them and helps them to make a decision. I'm A-okay with that. But I know that one day I'm going to do a video and it's going to pick up like wildfire. And I'm going to look at my thing and it's going to say 1,000 views. And then one day I'm going to look at my subscribers and it's going to say 898 subscribers. And then one day I'm going to look at my subscribers and it's going to say 1.2K. And I'm going to be like, oh my God, the day is finally here because I've already stepped into it. But many times we quit too soon because we want it to happen today. You don't get to determine the day. You need to be ready for when it happens, when it goes viral, when people are listening. Do you have something to sell them? Do you have a way to support them? Do you have the information that you need to send to them? No, you don't, because you was too busy doubting yourself. You was too busy trying to be in church 18 times in the week. You was too busy trying to be at every game your kid has. You were too busy trying to do all these other things except tend to your dream. What is your dream? You got to be clear on that dream. You got to be crystal clear on your dream so that when you're standing in the vision, you know that you are there. When you're standing in it, you know that you are there. And you get to have that moment of, oh my God, this is what I always dreamed of. When I was at the game, the people tried to tell me LeBron ain't playing. He'll never play in the Memphis Grizzlies. It's too close to playoffs. They not going to chance him getting injured. I was like, tell that to somebody else because I'm not believing that. Baby, LeBron showed up in that game. He showed out, did all types of dunks and all types of stuff. And I got several of them on video. Okay. But it's all about what you believe. If you don't believe that you can make more money, guess what? You're not going to make more money. If you don't believe that your services are valuable, they won't be valuable. If you don't believe that you deserve to live the life of your dreams, you won't. If you don't believe that you should not be in relationships that harm you and no longer serve you, you're going to stay there. It's all about what you believe. Everything starts with a thought. Everything starts with a thought. Everything starts with a thought. And the thing that kills me is that we can believe that we can have a certain car and we'll go out and we'll get the car. We'll pay that car note. And that car note ain't finna do nothing. It's going to get you to the same point A to B that the previous car was getting you from. Except for now, you're going to park in a parking space and pay $700 a month for that car to sit in a parking space. But you won't invest in your dream. That don't make sense to me. Like that don't make sense. I'm just saying what don't make sense to me. It might make sense to you. I'm talking about what don't make sense to me. It don't make sense to me to spend $200 for some hair in my head and then pay somebody $200-300 to put it in. That's not making me money. when I know I need to be in this course, when I know I need to be doing the thing that's going to bring more money in. It's all about what is our present position and what is the possibility. And in between, there is some pain that you are going to have to experience. We don't want to experience that pain because we want to stay comfortable. And you're not going to get to your reward in the comfort zone, just plain and simple. There is no reward in the comfort zone. Some of us need to blow our life up. Some of us need to just say, I'm burning the boat, I'm done. I know, because I did it. I was 42. So I know those people who in y'all 40s, those people who in your 50s, you're wondering, can this happen? What if it goes wrong? Stop thinking about all of the negative what ifs and think about all of the positives. Okay, I'm about to live the life of my dreams. I'm about to have control over my time. I'm about to be able to go to any of my kids' games that I want to, because now I get to control my schedule. I'm about to be able to afford the things that I want to afford. I'm about to be able to live the life that I've dreamed of. If you stop focusing on all of the negatives, do you wake up in the morning and think to yourself, oh, I woke up, now let me get up and go to the bathroom, but let me be careful because I don't want to fall and bust my head and be in a coma for the next 6 years. That ain't what you think. You automatically think, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to go use the bathroom, I'm going to get ready for the day, and I'm going to have a good day. But why is it that when it comes to our dreams, we only think about the negative things? We only think about the things that can go wrong. All of our what ifs are on the negative end. We got to change our mindset. Again, abundance is bringing unlimited thought to perceived limited situations. That's right. Olivia said, my life is blowing up. Olivia's life is blowing up. She was in Arizona. Olivia said, this ain't working for me. Olivia said, I'm moving to Texas. And she did what she needed to do to move to Texas, because again, being ready is not a feeling. It's a decision. It's a decision. Just like me, I'm moving to Texas. I live in St. Louis, Missouri. It ain't that I'm not ready. I've made the decision. I'm going, period. It's going to be done. It's good as done. I'm already in Texas mentally. I got to pack my house. I got to rent my house out. I got a son who will be graduating. I got to find my apartment. All of that is already in the works because I made the decision. I've made the decision. I got to get my mom's house rented out, get the renters in. I'm already there. I'm already there. Being ready is not a feeling. It's a decision. Make the decision, take action. The reason why you don't take action is because you don't trust yourself. The reason why you do not take action is because you don't trust yourself. And a lot of times it's those of us who say that we are faithful, who say that we're believers. You can't be a believer and you don't trust in the good Lord. See, the Lord ain't never let me down. I done made it through all of my worst days, every last one of them. And baby, I done had some rough days. I done been on death's door. I done had all of the situations to happen. And guess what? I'm still here. The Lord ain't never let me down. I've made it through all of my worst days. And if you think that I'm going to let a job keep me trapped, I'm going to let a job kill me because I need a paycheck. Yeah, I need the paycheck. But guess what? I'm skilled and talented. And if nothing else, I can get another job. I don't know why we think that because we have a job, we can't never get another job. You can get another job, and you are a smart person. You are very resourceful. You come up with solutions for everybody else. Why you can't come up with a solution for yourself? Because we don't want to. We want to keep procrastinating. We want to keep making excuses. We want to keep complaining. We want to keep venting. No, take action. Make a decision. Y'all, I'm going to go because it's my niece's birthday. I was at a birthday party last night for one of my nieces. Y'all, I got all these nieces and nephews. And then I got these great nieces and nephews. And when the parties come, Auntie Nell got to be there. Baby, Auntie Nell going to be there. I didn't even feel like going last night, but I got on up and I went on out to Fun Zone and I played a little basketball and took me some pictures and helped her cut the cake and did all those things. I'm going over here to this mall to get her a good gift. She's 9 years old. She turned 9 yesterday. And this evening we're going out to Kobe's Steakhouse. I believe it is Kobe's, where they do the food on the little thing in front of you with the tricks and the flames and stuff. So we're going there tonight. The family will be there. But this is the beautiful part because I get to live the life that I've dreamed of. If I was working in the school system, I wouldn't even be off work yet because this dinner is at 5:30. I would still be at work. if I was still the principal over at Barbara Jordan Elementary, I would still be at work at 5:30. 5:30. I'd be trying to figure out what time I can get there. Can I come late? What's going on? All right, y'all, I'm gonna be a little late. And they already know Auntie Nell gonna be late and then by the time I get there, it'll be 6:30, 7 o'clock. They'll be wrapping up, getting ready to leave. So I get 30 or 40 minutes to be there. Now I get there at 5 o'clock. I get to sit at the bar, have myself a good, nice little drink, and go on over to the table, get my prime seat, and be good. I don't have to rush. I don't have to move fast. I don't have to be stressed out. If I could just relate to y'all the amount of no stress that you have when you don't have to be on somebody else's schedule, baby, all of y'all will be signing up for the Consulting Success Academy. Because I'm here to tell you, it's been 7 years that I ain't worked a job for nobody else. And I've made more money in these 7 years than I've ever made in my entire teaching career altogether. And I was in the school system for 17 years. I've made more money in these 7 years than I made in that full 17 years, plus the years before that, all because I am able to control my income. And for those who think that you need 10, 20, 30 clients, you do not. I don't take more than 8 clients in a year, really more than 6. At one point, I took 12 and it almost wore me low. I had good income that year, but it wore me out with 12 people because I do boutique style. Now I got my normal 3. They bring me back every year. They've been bringing me back every year. One I've been with for 5 years. He brings me back every year. One I've been with for 6 years. He brings me back every year. And another one I've only been with for about 3 years. And so his contract is about to be up. I plan to get him to re-sign for another 3-year contract. And so I don't have to try to figure out where my money is coming from. Because if you do the work, again, you're willing to work, but are you willing to work with bigger ideas? That's the question that you got to ask yourself. And do you believe that you have what it takes? Can you do this on your own? If you don't believe that, let me borrow my confidence for you, because I know where you need to look. I know where you need to go. Some of y'all don't even realize you got daycares, you got early childhood centers, you got group homes, you got community organizations like YMCA, Urban League, Head Start. All these people need their staff trained. Many of these people are not even educators. They need their staff trained. You got group homes. You got domestic violence shelters. Guess what? They get grants. They have money available for you. Y'all know what? Hospitals got a lot of grant money available for y'all. Y'all won't even go out and get the money. Y'all won't even go out and talk to the people to get the contract because you at school. And guess what? You can do some work at school. You don't know what emails to send. You don't know what contacts to go through. You don't know what systems to set up. You don't know what artifacts you need. You better get into this Consulting Success Academy that start on Wednesday so I can show you, because it's a whole lot of money out here to be made. Government contracts, it's so much. You can work for private companies. I did a training for a private company. I did a training for a charter school. I did a training for a board of education. That was fun. That was fun because those people are hilarious. And so it's so much money for you to make. My training that I did for the board of education, that paid me $5,500 for 2 days of training. What can you do with $5,500? That was in 1 month. What are we doing? Why are we playing? $5,500? I was okay with that. I don't know about y'all. I was okay with that. My training that I did for the private corporation, it was $7,500. It was $7,500. That was one check that was paid to me. What is wrong with you? Do you know how many bills you can pay with $7,500? I don't know about y'all, but I get a good amount of bills paid with $7,500. And then with my 3 big clients, one of them is a $73,000 contract, and the other 2 was a $43,000 contract. I don't need any more clients. Like, I'm good. That pays all of my bills. I just got to leave while I was at the barbershop last week because this guy knows that I worked in schools. See, you can get leads, but you got to get out the house. Some of y'all won't even leave out of the house. Some of y'all will not open your mouth. Some of you all are scared to turn your hobby into income. You are afraid to turn your hobby into income. So all I got to say is if you know you need help, you know you don't know what to do, this is not something that you can think your way through. This is not something that you can intellectualize your way through. That's not how this works. This is not school. In school, they tell you to study for the test and take the test. That's not the way it works in the real world. In the real world, you get the test and then you figure out what you did wrong. I'm just here to tell you. And so you get to skip the line. Stop being scared to skip the line. But baby, you got to pay to play. In consulting, it is a pay to play world. I want us to stop thinking that you're going to get stuff for free, because that's not the way it works. You got to pay people for their time and expertise, just like you want people to pay you for your time and expertise. And so you need to get yourself set up and believe that you can bring income into your household. I hope this is helpful. Check out my link for Consulting Success Academy that starts on April 17th. And y'all, I'll be back tomorrow with another live. Again, if y'all tell me in the comments what y'all want me to talk about, I will talk about it, because I'm coming every day. I will talk about whatever you want me to talk about. I don't know if y'all want me to talk about conferences, if you want me to talk about leads, if you want me to talk about systems. It's so many things that I could talk about. I just don't even know where to start. But I know the first thing that we got to talk about is mindset. The first thing is mindset, because a lot of us got to drop that teacher mindset and pick up a CEO mindset. But I don't know if you want me to talk about how to set up your schedule, how to be more productive, how to manage yourself and your time. I don't know if you want me to talk about the laws that rule the universe, because some of us are so concerned about the laws made by man. You don't forget about the laws of the universe. We can talk about intention, and how when you align, you got to have your reason, which is your intention, and then you got to have your aligned committed actions, and that's what's going to get you the results. A lot of you all don't know what the aligned actions are that you need to take in order to get the results. So we got you, like, it's so much that you can talk about, that I could do this every day all year and it still not be enough. You know what I'm saying? So let me know, and we can talk about it. Talk to y'all